This is for a place at the FIFA Interactive World Cup in 2 weeks' time, right here in London. It's Chris on your screen right there, representing New York City. And in the background, warming his hands up, you can see, trying to get his hands ready for that PlayStation controller, is Expectsporting from Bromby.
Well, how about this for a story, Lee? Marquisio, a.k.a. Expectsporting, went to Munich, lost in his final two-legged game to get to London. On the other hand, last week in LA, Chris, New York City Chris, he got to a final, lost in a two-legged game to Lucas Rep. So both of these guys have been touching distance from London before. Is that going to be something that plays on their mind? Or?
Well, I mean, I like that you brought that up, because obviously we just heard from Danny there saying about, you know, the top X amount of players in the world can all beat each other. Yet we have the two guys in the exact same situation as they've been over the last few weeks. You know, while everybody likes to say anyone can beat everyone, these guys have proven that they're here time and time again. Who's going to go on better? Either there's going to be very happy American fans, or there's going to be very happy Danish fans, or probably saying EU greater than NA. I don't know. I know a lot of the guys in various streaming channels will be saying that one. But here we go. Brandon, we're underway. It is going to be Chris playing in the light blue of New York City. It's the first time he's been playing the light blue kit. Oh, is this going to be... Is there superstitions in there? I don't know. Messi already letting one go. De Gea makes the save.
And it's going to be interesting to see how these players get into this game. Are they going to smash and grab, or are they? New York City, Chris, Ronaldo, and they are there with a big
chances early on in the opening 5 minutes. What is going on here? Can they weather the storm early? Chris trying to get the header, not going to work out. And now we see Expectsporting, who, remember, beat PSG Aga, August Rossemeyer, 6-1 on aggregate. Now, obviously, I know from August's perspective, he's like, I'd rather go down 10-1 than not try at all. He certainly put his all into that one, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing him in FIFA 18 in the next few months' time when that gets released. But as it stands, Expectsporting, great victory for him as a big Dane, and Kante with the shot blocked by David Luiz.
What a way to start that first leg. 5-0 it was. You know, for me, it killed that game. It killed the second leg. Okay, you get comebacks at this level, but 5-0. Aga's mindset was out of the question, unfortunately. There's a chance now for that man, and that's just...
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, there was quite a few defensive errors in that game. Obviously, we saw the goals. We saw the defensive errors that came through it. Short corner doesn't work out too well. Kante just going to roll that one back to Courtois. Arguably a pass back there. I don't know. Could you argue that? I mean, he kind of went forward, I guess. Pass forward.
There's a lot of questions on
I don't know how the rules work on that one.
There's a chance now for the Dane. Pogba. Half-time Ronaldo. Can he just get around that? Suarez! And a perfect spot, sorry, for Expectsporting. You expect him to do well. And at the moment, it's all going to plan. Suarez with the goal. And more importantly, an early goal.
Some vigorous hand warming going on there from Expectsporting. That's what you can see him doing. He's trying to keep his hand warm. I mean, for me, the studio's not that cold, but I know certainly as a gamer, anything like that, your hand's not quite being warm. Maybe you should have brought some hand warmers with you. You can get those little sacks you can just warm up in your hands. Maybe that's something that experience would certainly tell him that he should do. But as it is, a great start for him. Remember, it's a two-legged affair, plenty to play. And hopefully Chris remembers that, because he completely forgot when it's 3-3.
I think he lashed out in anger, and the next thing you know...
I think the desk felt some punishment.
Everyone was like, Chris, mate, you are
through, Chris. I have no idea. I mean, that's just how in the zone he was. He was so focused on the game, he just thought he'd actually thrown away his opportunity. But as it is, he is trailing 1-0 here, playing in the light blue.
I think the best thing is, though, it's a long road. This is a two-legged game, 180 virtual minutes. What we're talking, maybe just under half an hour with the stoppages in there, 24 minutes of real-life time, and with the stoppages that do come about, it could be approaching just around that kind of time. And here we go. Could it be worse for him now? Messi into Suarez, the man that did get the first goal for Expectsporting. Ronaldo there just trying to toy with Marcelo. Just done enough there. New York City, Chris, but I haven't really felt like he's jumped into this game. A very powerful first 5 minutes, but other than that, he seems to calm down a little bit.
Well, remember, Chris knocked out Danny already, so he's certainly got it in him. Both Danny and Expectsporting went through their group stage, 13 points. Just really, the only match was against each other where they drew 2-2. Other than that, they won every single game. Chris, however, struggled his way through the group stage, but did top it with 11 points. Came through in the end. I think it was 10 or 11 points, I'm not too sure which, was 7-goal difference. And then takes down Danny I would say with ease. It was definitely a tougher match, the second leg, but the first match was very much controlled by him. But this is looking like a good chance building for Expectsporting. We know he can score goals against the best in the world, and so far still leading 1-0. Chris is looking to find the answer at the moment. He's really not had a great deal of attack himself.
Doesn't he? It just seemed like that pass there, no purpose on it at all. And just see there, he just played a heavy ball for no reason. It's little things like that, giving away possession in the wrong areas, and that's going to come back to haunt him. And the good thing is it's only 1-0, but it could get worse now. Perfect time to counter-attack. Messi, play out wide, surely there. Another day that ball goes through to Ronaldo, I believe it was.
I think I just saw Chris switch into attacking. I may be wrong. I'm sure I just saw something flick up in the bottom there. Obviously, we saw... I'm trying to think who it was. It was playing 5 at the back. They went defensive. It was Expectsporting, wasn't it? It was Expectsporting versus Danny. He went full park the bus and still managed to pull back from 2-0 down. Good chance for Messi.
Yeah!
There it is. The second one. Expectsporting goes 2-0 up. Haru shaking ahead from Chris. But that was a fantastic finish, and that's the danger really when you slip Messi through. He's got that in his bag. A top card, 98. Team of the year, fantastic player.
Fantastic player indeed, and it's always at these events we always say, who's taking the show? Is it Suarez? Is it Ronaldo's show? Well, clearly Messi there coming up with the goods, and what a fantastic card. You know, for me, sometimes I question, is he too weak in that attack? But he's got to be there. His stats are superb. He can finish from distance, as we've seen a number of times in this competition, and he made it 2-0 to Expectsporting. Could it be worse? Suarez, surely, there, just done enough.
Just a parry for a corner. Pressure very much coming from Expectsporting here. Dominated his semi-final. Can he do the same here in the PlayStation final? Of course, the
penalty.
Oh, what's the penalty? It's got to be. Modric pulled back.
It's unfortunate, but that's going to be a penalty there. You can just see Chris there. He's not happy at all. Up steps Expectsporting. Can he make it 3-0? Cristiano Ronaldo up against Courtois.
Oh, it's saved it!
Right way.
Can he get a rebound?
Pick it up! Big save.
Redeemed. I feel Chris will feel there. It was a very weak penalty for sure. Is that going to be what he needs to get himself keyed up here? Suarez trying to break away. It's been all in his half so far. Struggling to break away. Messi got a through ball chance for Suarez. Gets it in there, but he's got no one in the box. He's going to have to try and cut it in himself. Gets it into one more touch. It's all it needed. And Ronaldo couldn't get the ball out his feet.
Couldn't get it out his feet, indeed. And we said about that penalty. Could that come back and haunt him? A little horrible tackle there from Cole Walker, I believe. But it's going to be in a free kick and a very safe there. Not really causing any trouble as of yet to New York City, Chris. But he doesn't look happy at all at the moment. He's probably in his zone. He's probably having flashbacks to that final against Lucas Rep last week in Los Angeles for that regional. But it's all to play for still, and just needs to get a goal. One goal changes this game completely.
Indeed it does. It's an aggregate score, remember. We're just coming up to the end of the first half as Suarez pulls it to Messi. Chance over the top. He's going to get through to Modric. He's bubbled off it by David Luiz, who plays it back to De Gea, who coolly clears it upfield for a chance of their own, but it's coming right back at him. It's got to be a minute left at max on the clock. Ronaldo going to try and get the shot away into Suarez's feet. Back again to Bale. Back to Suarez to try and turn. Loses man. He's deflected in. It's 2-1. He stole something back just before half-time. And think back to that penalty save. Is that maybe what it needs to turn the game around? Oh, that was so unlucky. I mean, I think he was going in from Suarez anyway into the top corner, but Messi just stole it.
That's not bad. When you get a little bit of luck, you can say karma. That penalty was very unfortunate. He did concede New York City, Chris, but maybe a little smile we can have, Chris, now. He's got a goal back in the game, and what a time to get that on half-time. 2-1 the score, and this game, I said it, it's completely open. One goal changes it.
Yeah, momentum shift. I mean, look at Expectsporting. He was so unhappy about it. Let's check through those goals. Of course, this one came fairly early on from Expectsporting. Solid finish, and both of them actually. I mean, that was a nice little cross ball. Suarez off balance, just falling backwards, but the goalkeeper completely wrong-footed.
And that was a perfect way for him to start, and then it was extended not long after that. A lovely interchange play there. Suarez through to Messi, and next thing you know, that's in the top corner, and that's 2-0. to Expectsporting from Denmark.
Penalty save, though. I mean, this is completely Chris controlling the keeper there. Second chance is Courtois, is the AI that makes it dive out there, but no arrow, remember. That's obviously was a controversial thing for a while in FIFA 17. That one, a little lucky. I don't know whether the keeper... Let's have a look at the keeper's angle. Would he have saved the first shot from Suarez? No.
He never really made the initial dive, so...
Yeah, he hadn't moved, so... We're back into it, though, ladies and gentlemen. Second half underway. No nonsense from these players. They want to get the action going. This is still the first leg, remember. We will have a second leg after this one between these two players. But 2-1 the score currently stands.
And it's New York City, Chris, in that light blue, kicking from right to left now. He did get that goal, a little bit of a fortunate goal on the stroke of half-time there, and he is still a goal down at this moment in time. Here he comes with an attack, though. Messi goes from distance. A bit of a crazy effort.
I mean, sometimes you can hit them just sweet. Sometimes you just overhit it. And that was exactly what that is. But sometimes they can look perfect. And you saw the ball was bouncing. It was just rising. So it was that sweet spot where you can hit it sometimes perfectly. But yeah, not this time.
Not that time.
Not this time, unfortunately. Sergio Ramos to Suarez. Kante to Suarez, looking for that through ball. Nobody really opening on the right wing. It's all going down the left. Big chance here as Marcelo could get the cut back. Oh, Ramos just runs it out. There was a free kick opportunity there, but it's played on as Ronaldo breaks through. Oh, it's a great little run, but Dembele in the end doing some defensive work.
I think what we're seeing there, he could have went for the cross, but there is that risk. You know, headers this year, they're not amazing. I know Ronaldo was there, but Ramos, 96 rated card. 9 times out of 10 he's going to win that header. He's going to win that battle, but here comes Expectsporting now. Suarez into Pogba, interchanges ever so well. Oh, this could be beautiful. He's just playing unbelievable. Surely Pogba, get a shot away, fake shot. I don't know when he's going to get the shot away. Back inside. That's the perfect goal. That's what you play for. Weekend out. Huge goal.
That is pure experience. And Chris even just a shake of that. He appreciated it. You could see it was working well. All he was trying to do is pull that defender, that central defender, out of position the whole time. It was pass left, pass right, down the right wing, through the middle, to the left wing. Eventually managed to pull him out of position. I think it was David Luiz who was trying to shake. And finally Suarez gets the tap in to make it 3-1. As I say, this is an aggregate scoreline. There will be a match to follow this one. There's a little change. Just went to balanced, I think, there, Chris did.
Just waiting for the shot then. He came in the end with a superb finish, but he was just toying with the defence then. He even toyed Chris, and I think Chris, yeah, don't get me wrong, the Americans players, they like to take shots from distance, but there's a time and the place, and again, I've seen two very half-hearted efforts
wild
there.
Shots.
And, yeah, wild shots that aren't really going to be teasing your opponent. You could say it's a little bit of frustration from Chris, but there's a long way. He gets a goal back. Okay, he goes into that second game only 1 goal down. Okay, yes, he's still losing, but 1 goal is pretty much nothing at this level.
Dembele almost slipping it through, but David Luiz there once again. Prominence for both of these teams. This is a real big chance. Sergio Ramos tries to put it over the top, but Walker will slide it back to Courtois. Safe stuff so far, but he's struggling to get it outside of his own half again once again. Kante to Messi, you can hit him from here. And Courtois collects it, makes it look easy, but it was certainly a decent shot.
Courtois an interesting one. I said about him earlier, not many players go for him. For me, he's a little bit dodgy now and then. He flaps with the penalty save there. I guess he saved it. I think it's happened twice today. He's made a save, but he never grasped the ball, and Chris was unlucky not to concede off that penalty. Here he comes now, and it will be De Gea. I think De Gea for me is a safer option. I think he was looking for more the strong chemistry link there with David Luiz, I believe it is, at the back. That's why he's gone for Courtois. Yes, he can still have a very strong link with De Gea, but you have your own preference. And
another long-range shot.
Let's do. Here we go, surely. And
David Luiz.
He's everywhere.
He's here, there, and everywhere. We'll see him having a shot in a moment. Let's see the header. Oh, it spins away. Off for a throw.
15 minutes left, or just over. Maybe some changes from New York City, Chris. I think Dembele's come on. Other than that, nothing really to cheer about as such. Will there be a goal back? A goal will be huge.
He needs something, I think. I feel like he needs maybe a second goal just to give him that little confidence boost. Obviously, the goal before half-time was nice for him. Chris still trailing. Got goals in him, and Expectsporting. He has played so well today. We heard it from Danny early on. He was fearing of him. And I think we're seeing why. I think we're seeing exactly why. He's in form right now, it seems, and maybe he's coming into form at the right time. Remember, a win here over the 2 legs would mean a place in the FIFA Interactive World Cup, FIWC, if you please, which will be happening in 2 weeks right here in London. And if you want to come see it, you can get yourself some tickets. They're available for sale to the public. Get to see the very best players in the world. performing for $200,000. He actually went for goal. You see, he had the player on the line, so kind of protecting it. De Gea made the save anyway, but it was kind of going straight at the player.
Sometimes that player on the line will block the keeper.
Yes.
I've seen it a few times, but at this level, we never see free kicks normally with a shot.
Direct,
it's normally
yeah,
someone off the training ground because it's pretty simple. Put a player on the line, head it off the line. You see it time and time again, and again that nearly troubled De Gea, but lucky enough he just did grasp that one. Maybe last chance now before we go into the end of this first leg.
Dembele, Suarez is free. Looks in the middle, Ronaldo's there. Suarez pulls it down. There's a chance for a free kick.
He was waiting for it.
Oh, I think he was waiting for the free kick and he didn't get it, yeah. Well, it possibly should have gone for goal. Who knows? Counter-attack chance. Modric, great ball through for Suarez. He's got the through ball, but Ramos has cut it out in the dying minutes of the game. We're going to get a little bit of extra time. Remember, we did have that penalty in the first half. Ronaldo dispossessed in the final third as Modric slips it forward to Suarez. It's coming right back at him as Chris pushes on, but that was a solid tackle as Ronaldo drills one forward. Still no chance. The midfield battle. 3 minutes of added time before we move to the second leg. And it's Chris that's trailing 3-1 to Expectsporting, aka Marcuso of Bromby.
Sure, just a few seconds left in this first leg over on the PlayStation side of things. Surely not 4-1. You don't want to go into the break at 4. Referee, blow that whistle. Or maybe one more chance. There you go. What do we take from this first leg? It's been a good start from the Scandinavian. He's done ever so well. 3-1 win, but New York City Chris, he's going to be panicking a little bit now. If I was him, you've got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. But let's have a look at those goals from that game that finished it over. This was the opening goal from that man, Expectsporting. Lovely finish there from Suarez. A little bit not lucky as such, but it was pretty routine, off balance, still did the job.
Yeah, he was using Ramos, you can see there, Chris, trying to block it off, but didn't get the slide in, didn't block it enough, and this one was beautiful. Beautiful finishing from Messi. Across the goalkeeper, top corner as well.
That's why no chance on that one. And then it nearly, well, this is the goal before, or right out before half-time, sorry, and it was a chance of Chris. Somehow Messi got a knee on that and it went into the top-hand corner.
I'd love to see that in real life. Look at it, he's taking the shot now. He's like, I got this.
Pops a knee out there. And then it was straight down the other end. My favourite goal probably of today so far. Worked it ever so well into Suarez. Next thing you know, there's 3-1.
Yeah, brilliant team goal overall. Arsenal-esque of the untouchables there, I feel. A little pass around everywhere. Expectsporting, the Dane, representing Bromby. Who would have thought, right, coming into this, it would be New York City versus Bromby in the FIFA Interactive Club World Cup with all the big players that were in there representing PSG, Wolfsburg, Schalke. They had so many players in there. Ajax as well, of course, big representative. But here we are, New York City from the MLS versus Bromby of Denmark.
I think what we expected, or Expectsporting thought was, yes, he did well in the groups. We did pay a bit of attention to that, but he hasn't been a standout player this year. He's been to events, don't get me wrong, but he's a fantastic player. Scandinavia have got a superb, you could say roster of FIFA players. Albasha last year coming back. And I think he's got every single chance to get into that grand final. Yes, it's only 2 goals. Chris gets that first goal, the whole game changes, the complexion changes completely, but that first goal's huge for me. Huge. Depends which way it goes.
He needs something here. He needs a bit of confidence boosting. I would say confidence boost. I don't think Chris is someone that lacks confidence in any way, shape or form. But a bit of momentum, I guess, is what we could say there. Making some changes once again. Will he adjust his tactics, or will he play it the same? Will he just feel his agreed? It's really interesting to get in the mind of the player. Obviously, when they've just lost 3-1, do they feel it's maybe they were unlucky with chances, or does he feel he needs to actually make a change with his tactic? Does he feel he had enough chances in there and just didn't take them?
I feel for me that a lot of people that do watch the eSports FIFA, they don't take into account the mental side of this. These guys have been playing since 9 o'clock this morning. Hours, group games, 5 group games. Now they've got to concentrate to a new level now, where it's more important. Everything, every little touch, every little pass, when you're moving your player out of position, it's even more important. There's a bigger risk there.
I like that for this morning. We had Felix, the admin, here, and he actually, he said to him, he's like, anyone that gets through the finals, it's going to be a very long day for you. So pace yourself, basically.
At least he was honest.
Just almost, yeah, I mean, honestly, mentally doing it. Like you say, we've all been on the coach here from, what, 7 a.m. this morning, a lot of these guys, so it has been a long day. Obviously for us, we just talk about the game. That's easy. That's easy. These guys, the mental anguish they've had to go through, the group stage, the knockout stage, and finally here in the finals, and the pressure that they could be up for grabs. You know, the winner of this match will go through to that big $200,000 tournament in London in just 2 weeks' time. But as it stands, Expectsporting on the attack once again. This is a nice build-up again we're seeing here.
He likes to start games off. He likes to get in the face of the opponent. Here's a chance for Messi now. And I think he's just offside. Yes, it is. Maybe a chance just to have a breather for New York City Chris. It was important that last game, New York City Chris came out the traps at the beginning of the game. He got in the face of the Danish player and was like, you know what, I'm here to play. And he just kicks out the ball there. I think he was trying to find Kyle Walker that was somehow in a very attackive right side of position there. But it's a big chance for him still.
It's something Jimmy Conrad was saying throughout foot. Hello, Ronaldo might have a good chance. That's deflected. It's something Jimmy Conrad was saying. Obviously, was with us for Foot Champions, played for America and MLS teams, etc. They always like to have the first shot. Just not whether it's on target, doesn't matter. Just get the first shot in there. Just a little confidence booster for all the teams. Like, we can shoot against these. We have been getting these chances. We can get the positions to make a chance and score a goal. And that's
sometimes just to show your intentions.
Exactly.
You know what, you're up for this game. And at the moment, New York City Chris haven't seen the New York City Chris we saw in the group stages, the semi-finals. The man that's fearless. At the moment, he seems to be a little bit under the hammer, a little bit under the pressure. If he gets that first goal, I can feel he's just going to come alive, and we're going to see goals, goals, goals. We could see a golden goal affair.
Well, Walker got a little lucky with the bounce there. The pass goes off. David Luiz back down to Kyle Walker as he cuts inside. Dele Alli. He was a big man for Chris throughout this tournament so far.
He has been indeed that special 91 rated PFA Young Player of the Year card. Here's a chance now there, and just superb defended in the air from Ramos. I like it when players play back to the keeper. It just gives them a breather. It gives a chance for the team to shape up again.
Messi back to Modric as Expectsporting tries to work his way through. A goal here for him would surely seal the deal. 3-1 up on aggregate. As it is, Chris needs something to give him a little glimmer of hope here as we move into the 22nd minute. 70% passing, and that's kind of what we're seeing here. Expectsporting has been better with the possession. His passing's been cleaner, and really a big defensive error there as Chris's defenders both run into each other. Ronaldo keeping the ball for Kante. To Suarez, looking for action down the right wing here as Kyle Walker pulled forward. Gets it back into Dele Alli, looking for something in the middle. Finds Suarez, can go up the left. Gets it to Messi again. He's working in the box nicely here, but he needs to get that final shot off. Oh, and it just hits the post, the rebound. Suarez has still got it. He gets it back to Ronaldo, can square it to the middle, or maybe even just go for a shot himself. Ronaldo offside.
That's better from Chris. That's what I want to see.
Better.
Take a chance, because Messi, he nearly did it there. A super finesse effort there, literally off the upright. These are players that have got stats to do brilliant things. Finesse from distances. Take the long shots from distance. He's got long shot stats. But it's what we're seeing from Chris. He can take those risks when he wants to. But I feel like when you're up against a player, sometimes you want to try and match him. And maybe that's what he's doing. He's getting the mindset maybe with the European players, trying to fashion the perfect opportunity.
Well, he's having a good chance once again. Suarez has got to beat his man. He's waiting for support to come. Goes back to Kante. Suarez goes back. Ronaldo to Messi. Looking to try and sidestep. David Luiz gets in his face. Is that going to be a foul? No, nothing given. It's actually gone back to Suarez. He's available on the wing. Instead, it goes to Kante. Messi to Suarez. Suarez tries to slide it across for Ronaldo, but it's a corner.
What will happen from this corner? Almost question mark to the front post, maybe for a flick on if he can. And
tried.
It's often, I think players, when they get to a corner sometimes, there's no pre-plan. It's either we're going to play short, I'm going to try and skill dribble, bring out the full-backs and then maybe play around the edge of the box. So I'm going to hit it into that front post, that full power, and maybe find a Ramos flick on, try and find another way that I could potentially score. But a half-hearted corner, nevertheless, and the score does remain still at the same margins.
I think it was his first goal of the tournament, wasn't it? I'm sure he scored a header. Seem to recall Chris doing that, but still remains 0-0. 36 minutes gone. And of course, on aggregate, It is 3-1 to Expectsporting. You can see it in the top left-hand side of your screen, which means Chris needs to start getting goals as time is running out, and a big chance here. Maybe a shot from round is another beautiful, perfect passing situation from Expectsporting, but finally Marcelo gets it off Kyle Walker, but the ball is not cleared yet as it works its way through. Pogba, missed stray pass.
I think the best players, what they do is they know where the next pass is going before it's even come to them. And that's why sometimes you just can't keep up with the pace there. Suarez on the edge of the box, going to try and just feed that one through to Ronaldo, and Ousmane Dembele will get a chance to attack forward now. Messi, with the outside of the boot, through ball to Luis Suarez, and Sergio Ramos just getting the better of him that time.
Yeah, just bustling him, trying to get something, trying to win a bit of cheeky possession. It's not really working out, though. Chasing the game can be dangerous, and you got to start thinking about this. We're approaching the second half. Does he start to go a little more attacking? Does he start throwing caution to the wind and, you know, risking the fact that he could get caught on a counter?
I think you have to. You have to. I know you're 2 goals down, but you have to go for it. It's going to be half-time in literally 3 minutes valid time. Surely not 1-0 at the break. That'll be 4-1 on aggregate for Expectsporting.
Solid tackle. I mean, even if he went 4-1 down, he still only needs to reverse the score. It's still the same thing, and then obviously if it was to be a draw, we would have the golden goal situation, but it's half-time here. It's 3-1 on aggregate, of course. Let's just remind you exactly of what those goals were in the first leg. Of course, it was all about Expectsporting starting things off fresh.
Suarez there, lovely little finish in the end. It was off balance, but that's the 98 rated Suarez for you. One of the best finishers, some say, on the game. There's a reason why he's in pretty much every single player's squad that's here today. And it got a little bit worse for him as Messi does get played through here, right into the top-hand corner to make it 2-0.
And then Chris, just before half-time, managed to work himself back into it. And this is still really the glimmer of hope that he's hanging on to, as Suarez worked it back from Dele Alli. Got a little lucky flick from Messi. Very lucky flick. Arguably whether it's going in or not, we still don't really know because the keeper wasn't making a move, but this was probably the best goal of the game. Look at 2 back heels, Pogba with the feint, cuts inside.
One of my favourite goals, Barcelona-esque, as you say. And that is the first leg. Obviously, we've done one half of this second leg. One shot I saw there for Expectsporting. He hasn't really come out this second half. I know the second leg, sorry. I know that he has got the lead, but it's only a 2-goal advantage. A goal goes in straight away from the second half. Everything changes. New York City, Chris, you can just see him there trying to focus. An early goal would be huge for him. It's
that dangerous situation where you know you're in the lead. Do you just sit back and defend and allow the pressure to come to you, or do you continue to play the way you would if you were thinking it was 0-0? I mean, it's a tricky situation because you're inviting the pressure from Chris, and we saw it towards the end of the first half there. Chris was definitely putting more pressure down.
I think the best player to look at is Principe. He gets goals and he doesn't stop.
Just keeps getting goals, yeah.
You can sit back, take the pressure, there's a big risk you concede in. The best players score goals, and they continue to score goals because they know that as long as I'm scoring more than my opponent, I'm going to outscore you. And it'll be interesting to see how he can adapt this second half.
So, Thiago on for Modric for Expectsporting. You can see coming in there, the man from Bayern Munich. Been doing very well. Let's see if he can work out well for him. I noticed he made the same change, I think, throughout it. There's a couple of things players do. Superstition, sometimes they just think a little fitness, a little change, a little something to work it. Suarez, good opportunity there, and really well worked from Kante.
Maybe a chance to counter-attack now for Expectsporting. Just going to get fouled there. No, he's not. Referee's going to play on there, but it looked like an interesting start from New York City. Chris, they had a great intention with Suarez, and he was just intercepted by Ramos very well. And you can just see there, Kante ever so close onto him there, just to get in the way and say, no, thank you. You're not troubling my defence as of yet. Dembele
back on for Chris as well. It's a player that opened up opportunities for him in the semi-finals. Let's see if he can do the same here, as that's a through ball that Walker had to win that battle. He would have been facing a one-on-one with the keeper. Suarez cleanly wins it. Messi goes back to Dele Alli through the middle. Dembele out wide. Marcelo stepping forward, but it was a stray, poor pass to Walker there.
And the other day that goes around the player, but here we go. This could be a chance now for Expectsporting. Expecting to do well here. Suarez cut back inside. Oh, use it well. Yes! And there you go. 4-1 on aggregate. Nothing to really cheer about so far in this game, but a huge goal that has made it a mountain to climb for New York City, Chris.
that was yet another perfect sweaty goal. To coin the phrase, as it were, we've been using it all year. It's what's known as the perfect pass back and tap in. Exactly what he needed, and now we're seeing the changes from Chris. Now he knows he has to go for it. Is it too late, though? Is it too late? Well, he can still do the 3-1 reverse. I mean, that's what he's looking towards. He needs to keep that in his mind. Sure, he only needed 2 goals before. Now he needs 3. That's a big ask. It's a big ask, but he's capable of it.
If I'm New York City Chris now, play for 10 minutes, see how it works with the changes, then go 3 at the back. You have to go for it. This is your last chance in FIFA 17 to make something, to get a big achievement. Yes, you've done well. Yes, you've been to the FIFA Champs finals in Berlin. But can you get to the biggest FIFA event so far today? There's Messi there. Just gets in the end there. You can just see Suarez just toying there. Just toying. Simple. Literal ball roll over, and then Messi just got in the front of a
little shake from Chris there. The funny thing is, obviously, you guys at home will be playing these, smashing out the 40 games a week and grinding your way through FUT Champions, etc., to get the matches off. Everybody skips the replays, but fortunately for them, they can't. They have to play through the replays. They're not allowed to skip through them. I know from it can tilt people. It can tilt people. Obviously, having to sit and watch them goals coming against you, it can aggravate you. A chance there. Son coming on. Son Heung-min. Dele Alli for range. Oh, well, hello. It took a deflection, I think. I think it came off Boateng. I'm sure it took a deflection. You heard the little click. That is absolutely top draw.
Okay, I'll take my word, but maybe there's something here. Maybe there could be a comeback. 4-2 on aggregate now. He only needs 2 goals. That's why he's in that team, Dele Alli. He said he helped him throughout this competition, the 91 PFA Young Player of the Year card. That's why he's in that team, because he can deliver on the big stage.
Instant impact, but it still leaves Chris in the same situation he was before he let that goal in. He still needs 2 more goals just to take it to the golden goal. Are we going to see a comeback, an upset? 30 minutes to go in this game. Another foul chance. Son Heung-min now pulling the strings for Dele Alli. Goes to Son Heung-min. Sonaldo, some say he can shoot them from range. He gets it to Pogba. Oh, and Pogba, should he have shot with Son there? Who knows?
Who knows? I think when you're in a position like that, you panic because he needs goals. There's a chance down the other end now for Expectsporting, and David Luiz just got around the right side of him. You've got to be careful with possession there. You're just a little bit weary with it. He just thought, you know what, I want to play across the goal.
Casual
pass. Casual.
Marcelo forward. Okay, where's he going with this one? Dembele, he's got bags of players above, but he's actually gone straight through the middle. The header!
Oh, not the header.
The deflection. He's going to cut it back. Suarez, no. It's gone for a corner.
He just wanted it to fall down to his feet there.
He
corner comes into the box now. Ramos is in there, and he'll only go as far as the edge of the box to Marcelo. Have a shot. No, he doesn't need to. Going to recycle back out wide, surely, into Cristiano Ronaldo, who's just going to toy with Marcelo. Surely, get a shot away if you can and get the ball in the right area.
Nice shot chance. Oh, David Luiz cuts it out again. How many times have we said that today? Put it on, repeat, record it, loop it, time and time again. Offside, I think. Yep, Suarez. Well, I mean, you got to look back at that chance. Should he have took the shot? Should he have just gone for it? Who knows? These players certainly have a better idea.
It's going to be on his mind.
And I mean, that's a case of when you take the when you hit the button to shoot, do you wait for it to bounce? Do you go for that chance? And it could be a header, because the header, I mean, it was a good header, but the keeper generally is going to save that.
It's the smallest of timings, Lee. It's the smallest of timings. We saw it earlier. Dave, by the way, had a chance to sweaty it. That could have been different to sending them through. Went for the shot. Simple. You make a small...
He's been saying it for the last half hour. Should have gone for the cutback. Should have gone for the cutback.
Too late now. Too late now.
Oh, dear me. Well, what a tournament it has been, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to see any last-minute upset here? Oh, Sonaldo tried the flick back to here with the chance clearance that doesn't go so well. It's been Chris putting the pressure on here, as you would expect. Now he's gone attacking. Could he take another long-range shot here? Sonaldo! Oh, just wide! Son Heung-min.
That went in. If that did go in, that was going to be a very interesting last 10 minutes. I think Chris now has to go for it. Surely, everything out, be aggressive, put loads of pressure on, because you need to go for it. It's now or never. On the other hand, if I'm Expectsporting there, I'm going to say, right, calm things down. Calm things down completely. Manage the game. You're in a tournament right now. Yes, I've got a 2-goal lead. Don't time waste. Keep the ball in the right areas. As long as you're keeping the ball away from your goal, you don't need to worry.
Expectsporting being the typical Scandinavian, I think that's the best I can say about that. 1-1, but you can see what the aggregate is at the top of your screens. 4-2. Chris, been on the attack for the last 20 minutes. Picked up that goal at Dele Alli on 61 minutes and has been able to convert the pressure. Pressure's exactly what he just put on.
A chance there for Son, so close. Next, you know, on the weekend league, he's been doing that time and time again. They're probably used to them going in, but it's the big stage.
Pogba forward for Dembele, looking for that through ball. He's offside. He had to hold the pass. Pogba looking maybe going up. He goes through to Sonaldo. Sonaldo's trying, cuts it off. It goes back to Suarez, to Pogba, and just battled off it. Son wings it back again. Pogba shoots. Oh, De Gea makes a big save.
That's why he's 95 rated. He comes out, we need him, ball into the box there. Surely!
Oh! Well, couldn't get the accuracy on the header. A free header there. You don't get gifted them too often. And well, the pressure continues. Son Heung-min to Suarez. Pat to Son Heung-min. To Suarez again. He's looking for Ronaldo. Suarez! He shoots it, hits David Luiz. And in the end, Expectsporting, he just needs to keep the ball now. He just needs to keep hold of it for a few minutes.
As long as New York City Chris hasn't got the ball, he's not causing you any pressure at all. Goal goes in now. You're going to be panicking these last few minutes.
Yeah, he needs the goal now, though. It has to come now.
It has to come now. If this is a comeback, he gets a goal and gets one added time. Probably my favourite comeback of FIFA 17, but
boot it.
You just have it's ugly, but you have to, Lee.
Boot it down the wing. Get it, clear your lines. Do whatever you need to do. It's something Sean Allen will be ruined time and time again last year. Yes, Sean, I'm bringing you up again. Oh, Dele through to Suarez, to Son Heung-min, the through ball, threaded to Sergio Ramos, going aggressive to Marcelo to cut it back. The cutback's there, he gets it in, but it's saved
that one
by the
into
keeper.
The bottom corner.
Look at the reaction from Expectsporting and Chris. They both knew exactly what that meant. Time and time again, you would see that in the back of the net, but this time it was saved.
Seconds away from London in that grand final. Yes, he's still got a console final to play for a huge prize pot, but he's done it. The man from Scandinavia will be booking his place in the grand final in 2 weeks' time. Just showboating now because he can. The final score of 4-2 in aggregate, and there we go. He will be in that grand final in literally 2 weeks' time.
Agony once again for Chris, as he felt in Los Angeles. But Expectsporting, representing Bromby, will be into the console final. And more importantly, he's got that